Hello, everyone. I'm going to do a quick review on the movie Elisin The King's Horseman, produced by Ebony Life Films and screenplayed by B. Bandele. This movie was actually an adaptation of Woyo Soyinka's Death and the King's Horseman. Now, I'm going to share my personal opinion, and please note I'm going to code switch and code mix between the English language and the pidgin English. So in case I dey speak pidgin English, may you not surprise. I would you understand. So I think will flow well. Now, my first thought on the movie, the first thing I've always said is that movies are gradually taking over from literary text. I've said this and I will say it again. The time will come where lecturers and students who are into the field of literature will no longer make use of literary text, but refer themselves to what to movies because gradually movies are taking over. They are taking over gradually. Not even gradually, in the speed of light. Now, this book written by Woye Soyinka, Death and the King's Horseman, yes, it was popular at that time. But look at the popularity it has gained from this movie, the adaptation of it. Now, you can see that there is this popular saying that if you want to write something for the present generation, you put it in a book. But I think I have my own phrase or my own thought of that expression. If you want to show something to the present generation, you put it in a movie. The world is changing gradually, and the earlier we realize that the world is changing, the better for all of us. This present generation, we don't like reading. Even me, I don't like reading. I prefer watching or seeing it live, a live performance or visual something. That is something we need to take into serious consideration. So that's my first thought of the movie. The movie is wonderful, nice, it's going forward. The fact African movie, and I'm proud to be in Nigeria for the first time, or one of the first times in my life. I'm proud to be a Nigerian because of this movie, Elisin The King's Horseman. Now, that's my first thought. Now, my second thought of the movie, before I go to my second thought, I want to just do a quick summary of the book, of the story rather. It tells a story, it's a true life story actually. It happened during the time of the colonial era. That was during the time the white men, the British were in Nigeria and were trying to, made by Yaloja towards the end of the movie when she was having a confrontation with the every culture, every group of persons, they have their own tradition. So this is their tradition and they know what they have seen. And so it is their tradition, you might say it's barbaric, but as in the course of this review, I'll get to explain some certain things to you. Now, Alessi Yoba, at the time, on the day of his the proposed demise from the world, and they was supposed to kill himself. They call it a suicidal ritual. He has to kill himself through the use of song, chants, and the rest. This I don't know. I think the spirits were what they were going to call him, and the spirit will leave his body, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. Now on that day, he decided to get married. He saw a very beautiful maiden. He decided to spend his day in the market. So he saw a very beautiful lady, maiden, who was already betrothed to the son of Iyaloja. That was the head of that day or any other day. Anything he wants, he gets. So as a result of as a result of respect, the Iyaloja gave concert to what's it called, Elesi Oba, getting married to the maiden who was supposed to get married to her own son after convincing the son and the parents of the girl, and they had no choice. This brings to mind our core values, respect. In African, when it comes to respect, Africans they are number one when it comes to respect. But that's not the case now. You understand? Things don't change the way they be. Surprisingly, he got married to the maiden, the flower that did all the ritual and everything. According to what he said, he wanted to plant his seed. And now, mind you, he already has a son. He already had a son. What's his name? Olunde, who was sent by the white man abroad to study medicine. Forcefully, though, out of the not really willingly. The father that's a less but did not really give his consent to that. Now, in the course of this, the time came after everything was where they were preparing for his proposed suicidal ritual, and the white man actually sent police officers to what to actually came himself. Mr. Pickett actually came himself to stop the ritual. Don't mind where I'm sweating. No Nigeria situation, no light. You understand? So came and stopped the ritual, arrested the Yoba, who was supposed to have a stronger spiritual charm. You understand? Arrested him, took him and locked him up in a cell. And later on, Olunde gave up his life in place of the father to rectify the shame that was coming to the family. Later on, Elisin Yoba committed suicide and died. Now, back to my second point, my second thought on this movie. Olude stand for tradition. Now, I want to really applaud, like I said, I want to really applaud Olude's stand for tradition. Now, he has spent years in the white man's land studying medicine. With all those vast knowledge, all those vast experience, those vast ways of learning the ways of the white man, one would expect that he would kick against the tradition, but he did not. Now, you might say the traditions are barbaric. How would somebody who has died, another person should be made to follow the person to the afterlife? Now, listen very carefully to this. Everybody with their tradition. Olude made some very important. I'm going to play the video after this. You're going to see the video right now. You all saw that. This is actually all what I just played was naturally my favorite part in the movie. I just love that part. Now, Olude made the statement. He said, why would you why would you want to interfere? It was his opinion was, why would you want to interfere in something that has been ongoing for years? It is their tradition. You cannot understand why they are doing this. It's their way of life. It is something that comes from this. It's not that they were trying to make Elisin Yoba do this out of his own or without his consent. He was doing it willingly. Even from the day he was born, he knew this was going to happen. Why would you want to stop them from doing that? He made another point, something I want us to know. Now, you might say it's barbaric. Why would somebody educated say something like that? Please, let's fast forward to the end. Olunde actually went to kill himself in place of his father when his father was arrested. Now, why would he do that? I am not against anybody's tradition. Fine, you might feel it's barbaric. It is their tradition. I believe something in life. In as far as your tradition is not affecting me, who does not believe in your tradition, it has. I don't have I have no problem with you. That your tradition when you do so, in as far as say you kill your own people and your own people they won't die willingly. I don't have any problem with that. Now the problem I had with that particular scene or that particular fate was the fact that the white man was trying to interfere in something they do not understand.
Oh, now walk don't settle. Hey, shut down. One time me I come again. What is this? Reflex. Anybody near your knife? Anytime I put up, anytime I put up.